Hello YouTube, welcome to a team update for Madden 26. This last weekend and the weekend before, there was a last chance qualifying tournament. So I upgraded my team last week, and now this week I did as well to get the best team. As you can see, I have overall 95, not many coins left. I have overall 95 team. Made a lot of changes since last week. Went from basically a Seahawks theme team to a Bucks theme team. Um, Getting 50 out of 50. I still have Gibbs and Berkeley, the +1 excel, +1 speed option, and then decided to have the Bucks as my theme team primarily. The two other ones were Eagles, Jags. I didn't have really enough coins to do the Jags because I think that it's a limited. But I did do the Bucks. Um, got the Darnell Parnham. One main reason why I went with Bucks is because of this D tackle. This D tackle is one of the best in the game. I use D tackle a lot, nose tackle in my defense. And having a D tackle like this, a nose tackle like this with 86 speed, uh, inside stuff, put inside stuff under pressure and unstoppable force. Um, doesn't get much better than this D tackle. Jeffrey Simmons probably is a second. A lot of people thought Jeffrey Simmons is really good, but he's second place on my team to Gerald McCoy. Another reason why I went with Bucks is for this receiver. This receiver, Jameis Winston, is really good for a slot receiver, 6'4", 230, 97 speed. He's an upgrade from Jerry Rice and Drake London. He's better. Wasn't very expensive. So I went out and got him as my slot receiver. Still have Chad Johnson. A lot of players using Andrew Luck. I used Andrew Luck also because of his 0 AP or cheap AP, frozen AP. This is 8 AP conductor, gunslinger 4 AP. I added protected and comeback on him with dots. Just a little bit better. I got protected basically with him over Josh Allen. Um, Not much difference between a lot of these teams. Again, have Darnell Parnham as tight end this time. The Bucks have this white stocking stuffer, not very expensive. 97 speed running back, really good running back instead of Reese. Reese was kind of expensive as a running back compared to this. So I sold Reese, I sold the tight end, sold Jerry Rice. Um, Over on defense, got Taylor Mays, got Calvin Johnson, got Cam Newton. Also got Nick Bolton. A lot of upgrades on the defense with any 32 teams. It doesn't matter. Most uh, players got these three players basically by now. Taylor Mays, Nick Bolton, Cam Newton. Using Nick Bolton just in the goal line. He's pretty good. Upgraded all the way up to 94 speed. He's basically my second best linebacker, but I just use him in the goal line. Cam Newton, obviously, all the players have Cam Newton and Taylor Mays now, who are really fast players. What did I put? Mid zone, defensive rally, Stonewall on Cam Newton, who has 98 speed. It's pretty tough. I use Stonewall. He isn't the toughest, so I put Stonewall on him, and that seems to help them make better tackles. Uh, Also decided to go with Calvin Johnson as my strong safety. Just 95 speed, but he makes the craziest one-handed catches. Maybe it is this acrobat, but he gets free acrobat. So I used him in the strong safety position. Put one Stonewall on him. He also gets inside shade. So because of his abilities, I made him the strong safety, Taylor Mays the free safety, And then Ken Houston, I went out and got. He's another 95 speed safety on any team. And then he gets mid zone. He gets free mid zone. If he would have got free acrobat, maybe I would have him in as strong safety. But put Stonewall on him, and he's in the middle as a middle linebacker. So sometimes AP does dictate kind of who goes where. Have these three cornerbacks, which are pretty fast on any theme team: Herb Adderley, Drake London, Trayvon Diggs, Bucks. Here, maybe if I had more coins, I could go Deion Sanders. I didn't have a lot of coins. This card is pretty good for Bucks theme team. No abilities. Maybe Deion Sanders is better, but he's really good. He's tall. He's good in the dime. For pass rushing is what I did. I still have this Zadarius Smith. Of course, he has 96 speed. It's what I put on him. Usually is what I kind of my abilities. If I could, I put double or nothing and unpredictable. Really like to get double or nothing on any of the players right now because it's so good. And then unpredictable is another one that I like to use if I can. So here, 3 AP, Will Anderson has double or nothing. These D tackles have inside stuff. So if I have to, I got some ways to stop the running plays. And then I already mentioned Jared McCoy as D tackle. Same kicker as before. Um, Jerome Bettis now, he's kind of hidden, but he is goal line back. And then here, receiving back is Rashid White. Drake London, I'm still using it as a receiver, 96 speed. And this, he was in the slot. Now he's just a plain wide receiver in the X Bunch Nasty formation. And then, of course, now instead of having the John Randall, I have Jeffrey Simmons. Did go get Jeffrey Simmons, who is very good in his own right, nose tackle. Probably on. He just gets really the only option with him is Titans, which wasn't interested as a Titans. I went with the Bucks, but with even without the theme team, he's pretty darn good at 84 speed. You can see all of his stuff is 90s plus. Any theme team, he's pretty good. And he also gets 2-0 AP. So here again, I put double or nothing unpredictable on as I used him in pass in my nickel over formation. Sometimes in the 3-3, uh, sometimes in the 3-3 for Will Anderson, I would put him in instead. But basically, would have these three guys in, and I would rotate them a little bit. And then sometimes Jeffrey Simmons. And in the 3-3 Cub, I would use a double or nothing. This guy as an end. Is kind of fast. He would be my sixth defensive lineman. Basically, would have these guys in the one, two, three. He would be my fifth offensive lineman in the 3-3 Cub. Cam Newton again, middle linebackers, and then for playbooks, got Burker's dimes. Ended up with Burker's dimes in multiple defense. Switched at some point. The Broncos theme team was really good, but I switched out of the Broncos theme team, started using these MCS uniforms and stadium, and then finally, I think I started off the last chance qualifier. I was using Gaffney, but ended up finally switching to John Madden because uh, of the just because it's a video game and it did seem like the Broncos are really into the video game too much with the Pete Gaffney, Sean Payton. If it was Sean Payton, maybe I would have kept Sean Payton, but it doesn't. They don't have Sean Payton as an option, and I ended up switching to John Madden as the coach in at some point during the last chance qualifying games. And yeah, so this is the team update of what I got. I kind of went over abilities. Donald Parham, maybe I didn't mention, but I still use it. Out of all of his free AP, put Nightmare matchup Nightmare on him. And so, one reason why, as far as playbooks go, I did make a progression this year in offensive playbooks. Start off in Patriots. In Patriots, they have a bunch offset close, and I was using it quite a lot. Uh, so I switched over for a while to the Chargers, which have X Bunch Nasty, very similar formation. But there aren't too many plays of the Chargers X Bunch Nasty. So finally, I went into the Jags, got into the Jags playbook with X Bunch Nasty, and it has some other formations that are good. So I did try the Jags. It's also very popular in competition games. I did try the Jags for a while, but again, I was using a lot of X Bunch Nasty in this year. Um, in passing the ball. So when they upgraded the Burger dimes and put all of the X Bunch nasty plays, I finally tried the X Bunch nasty and the Burker's dimes. It has so many plays. It did really good. I started to do really better in my games using this offense. Defense, I've stayed in multiple the entire time. The three main well, there's five formations in this defense I use, and no other playbook really has them. Uh, Defenses I'm talking about, the defenses I'm using are the 3-3 nickel, 3-2 dime. Those are my primarily ones. The 3-3 nickel I used to play run defense. 3-2 dime I used for pass defense. Um, Sometimes to change up mix up the defense a little bit, I'll use 3-3 cub to stop the pass plays. And then I'll also started use here at the end of this MCS, these MCS games, started using the nickel over, which I call nickel NASCAR. Um, for the Giants used to have a NASCAR defense. A lot of people, it's paid primarily to stop pass plays, but in this nickel over, I can use it to help. It is pretty good against the run plays too for a changeup for changeup in defense. And then for another option in the defense at goal line, I'll use the 5-2. I think I mentioned the 5-2. This playbook has the 5-2. So this playbook really has been good. I thought about using mid blitz, but here David T, I think, what used the 3-2 dime in his defense. Uh, he used a lot of zone, switched it a little bit more switch sticking, but he used a zone defense and won the MCS zero chill. So I've been staying out. I don't really care for the mid blitz. Instead, I use if I really want to get a crazy blitz on a player, I'll go to the 3-3 cub or the nickel over, and I really don't need the don't like the mid blitz very much, the double bug mid blitzes. So I haven't switched playbooks. And yeah, when David T won his belt, kind of helped me, gave me confidence to stay in this defense. If you're have any, that's pretty much the update. If you're still interested in more information on my offense and defense, I'll go over the formations here in practice mode. Just to maybe be more clear on the plays I used here. I did get a winning record. I ended up maybe in the top 300, ranked about 300, 320 here in the last chance qualifier. And yeah, my goal was kind of maybe for next year is to start off in the top 500 next year and then move up to the top 100. Think I'm really close to the top 100 now, but it maybe will take a little bit more effort to get into the top 100. So here I'll go over my formations. I've mentioned these formations, but you may not know what formations really they are. Butch X Dasty in the Burkhardt Dimes. This is the playbook. This is the formation and the plays I use primarily in my offense. A lot of times in these games, in the Madden video game, you got to have a good 2 minute offense. And this Butch X Nasty may be one of the best formations. And this playbook has a ton of these plays. So my 2 minute offense is really good. Uh, and by not playing a lot, I don't play a lot, but I do play enough during this MCS season to where I get fairly good at this. I got fairly good at this formation, which was very helpful. The other formation in goal line, to score a goal line, I would use bunch tight end. It has several plays in bunch tight end to keep people off guard. And a lot of times here, over the last chance qualifier, I used Jerome Bettis, the bus, um, as a goal line back to get a little bit extra better blocking. Use Bettis as a goal line back. Finally, the last formation in this offense is double flex. I looked in. They do have other formations in this playbook, but I didn't bother spending time with them. Pretty much, I just stayed in Butch X Nasty. And then there were times in solo battles, in solo games, and challenges where I have to chew clock, have to run the ball a little bit more, and this is a little bit better run plays than Butch X Nasty. Butch X Nasty is a lot better pass plays and is a lot better 2 minute offense. There are runs in Butch X Nasty, but yeah, solo battles and trying to get, challenges, rush for 200 yards. Uh, Double flex I did go into to chew clock, and it does have some good run plays. So these were primarily the three formations I used. Here, just for um, an example, I'll call one really good play to have. One reason I didn't like the Chargers playbook is this mounted halfback choice. I like to call this play a lot, and it's really popular this year, but it doesn't have it in every playbook. So within the Burkhardt Dimes, I went with Burkhardt Dimes here. Okay, so now defense. My defense, here's 3-2 dime. If you notice here on 3-2 dime, I have Will Anderson on the left, Z- Zadarius Smith on the right, my two rushers with double or nothing, and then McCoy in the middle at nose tackle. I use this. This is the best pass defense that I've got. They have a lot of plays to stop pass plays. If I want to stop pass plays, I would use it. Then, if somebody's running the ball, I will go to the 3-3 nickel. 3-3 nickel. I still have McCoy in the middle, but what I'll do is I will switch it up. I will put Darius Smith on the left, and I will put Will Anderson on the right. And then I'll put Buda Baker, put a strong safety in at the middle linebacker. So now, if somebody's running the ball, mixing up the plays, is what I'll do is I'll get into the 3-3 nickel, and I will rotate, especially this last weekend against passing teams. I would start off in 3-2 with Will Anderson on the left, and then I would go to 3-3 nickel with Will Anderson on the right. And this would help me get double or nothings activated and keep offensive line from being able to build up resistance. And the problem with nickel 3-3 is it doesn't have cover 6, but it does have cover 4. It doesn't have cover 3 cloud. So yeah, it's not as good for pass coverage. It's more of a run defense, but it does do good against some passes. I just have to make some audibles. Finally, also to switch up, I will use Cub. A lot of times if somebody calls it empty formation, here put Jeffrey Simmons, put these guys. So I have Double or nothings, I have basically my five defensive linemen I had mentioned before in the game. And if they call empty, I will go into Cub and I will usually blitz out of it. I do have uh, a cover four, but usually I'm surprised by this. Uh, I'll change it here. Not a lot. I don't even think the games I show for gameplay, I don't think I even get into this formation because nobody used empty. Not a whole lot of people were using empty. But I will use cover four and this mid blitz out of 3-3 cup. Shift my D line a little bit. I do get by having all this pressure. I do get some really quick to have it double. Nothing's really. I just find that blitzing empty formations is best, and then sometimes maybe play in zone. But I don't like to play zone a lot against somebody running empty. The other formation I started to use more is this nickel over. See, I have Simmons and McCoy, two really good D tackles in the middle. And this is the most versatile defense I've got. Um, it has cover four, has overstorm, it has man coverage, it has cover six, and it has cover three cloud. And here, it also has this cover four, which has a drop, which drops a defensive lineman. This, I think, is the most versatile defense in the game. It may not be the best, but it has a lot of stuff to do. So here's what I would use sparingly. Sometimes I use it more than other times, but I use it sparingly, and a lot of times against bad players, I would use it to get a and it will get gets more pressure on the quarterback. For instance, here I could do this Texas four-man stunt. It has some other stunts in it, and I probably should learn more about the stunts. This is what I mean about need to, if I play top 100 players, I need to get better defense. Well, probably need to learn all the defensive stunts in this, and I could get a better defense out of this nickel over. But for here, our example, I'll just run a kind of a play. I would run a lot. I would run this deep route. You can see here there's a lot of options. Uh, but the quarter routes in this formation, the quarter routes are hard to cover. So here I'm kind of choosing to read the right over the left. And then of course I can always see if they play some sort of zero man blitz, I can throw it deep to my slot receiver. And there I get picked off in whatever defense I'm choosing. I think it's a cover. What did I just call a cover? Um, Cover four, um, or is it cover six? Um, let's see. So flip sides, and here is my audibles in this budget. That's the ended up. This is a really good, powerful run play. So a lot of times I would switch up, get them confused, get them think I'm going to pass the ball, then I'd run the ball, or I get them thinking I'm going to run the ball, then I'd pass the ball. Also, I use quarter out dig and then drive. This play here has the quarter out to the left. And then, so a lot of what I do is based on this left receiver either run a dig or a quarter. But here, if I run, a lot of times this drag route is open. Yep, it's open. And then the other routes, as the user tries and covers the drag route, the other routes get open. So here on flip side, so here on this nickel over, A lot of times I'm in cover four and people get used to being cover four. So is what I'll do is I will go to this nickel cover six, but I will go to a cover six. See if I can, not yet. I will play a cover. I ended up towards the end of the year or this last weekend play cover six. And is what it does is gives me a chance to blitz, um, get an extra guy to blitz and get some pressure on the quarterback. And usually cover six, I uh, I use it only when I'm on a hash. I'll play cover four or cover three cloud. But if they're on a hash, you can see here. Um, Although this guy is way should be over here. I don't know why he's over here. Um, but you see here that they'll think I'm in cover four, but really I got these two DBs playing a cover two look, and I can blitz this other linebacker, or I can have them help me cover the middle. So usually I'm playing middle, and depending on the formation and the player, I may end up getting, instead of blitzing four, I blitz five. A lot of times blitzing four, these four guys with double or nothings, one of them gets in. So here, yeah, so I got this, my guy makes the tackle. Here are the, now I don't know why. I don't know why that my slot is lining up over there. Maybe I have auto flip off, but I think he's supposed to be lining up on the left. Yeah, he's supposed to be lining up on the left. So let's do these. Safety depth is close. Safety width is pitch. Default is I use either cover two or cover four as default. I'll go to cover two right now. So we'll try this, see if we can get the slot. Slot's still over there. So in this case, if I couldn't do anything, I just flip, go to a cover four because it wasn't working. I don't know why it's really weird, but yeah. So now here I'm in a cover four real quick with my adjustments. But to get back, what this is supposed to, this guy, my slot's supposed to be over here. I don't, it's something with the, not sure what. But there's a lot of adjustments I can make here. I can have help. I can blitz some, but you can see I get an extra guy to mess around with in this formation by having, instead of cover four, cover six. I can put this guy on a flat, but usually, let's see what, yeah, I don't know why he just wants to, this has to be an error. I don't know, practice mode error. It doesn't ever do this in the game that I'm familiar with. Doing this in the game. But yeah, so I can adjust my D lineman. I can make my D line go here. I put D lineman over here. Now I kind of have a cover. Now I'm in my three. I have three D linemen with the nose tackle. Try it on the other side. See what happens here. Okay, so if we go here, gets a little complicated, this formation, so I don't always do it. But here, for instance, instead of a cover, I'll run a cover four a few times. They think I'm in cover four, then I'll go cover six, and I'll get an extra blitzer on the edge. I can also adjust the D lineman a little bit. to get more of a. If I think they're gonna run it, I'll 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 have it this way. If I think they're gonna run it, I'll put my nose tackle under center for better run defense. So my inside stuff. I think this is Simmons. Sometimes I'll put inside stuff in there if they're running the ball. I can put inside stuff in there, and I don't have to worry about pass, and I don't have to worry about the run so much. But here, if I think they're going to pass it, I know they're going to pass it. I got a lot of options. There's just so many ways, different ways to play defense here and get pressure. I can move. Well, here I can cover ball. I can cover everything really with this Z. With these guys in the middle read, I could cover it. I should be able to cover everything. Let's see. Don't get over there in time. A lot of times I like to just put them in both middle reads and not have a hook. So we'll see if we get them all covered here. But that middle read is not. If I need to go to two double hooks, the option is to go cover three cloud. And there's just so many options of, and I can shift the D line, I can shift the linebackers to get pressure. Yeah, so it's if I got better at this defense, I could do a little bit better against top 100 players. Um, and of course, it does have the text. It has all these stats, which I don't know. If I got better at calling these stats, yeah, I would end up doing better. Even my defense would improve a lot. So maybe over this next year, my defense will improve. But uh, as it is now, I did get a winning record luckily this last tournament, and maybe I'm on my way to top 100, but top 500 to me, I think top 500 is really good if I can maintain top 500 um, and compete with top 500 players. Against top 100 players, they just play the game so much. I just do not play the game as much as these top 100 players. And so a lot of times, if they have the game down pat, in order for me to compete, there's a few things that I've done. Uh, One thing is I've added comeback, usually have comeback now on my quarterback because if I'm down 7, 14 points, I'm going to pass it a lot. I need better zone, better passing. I've noticed an improvement in my passing against top 100 players. The other defense is just really tough. Um, Again, I do switch up defenses with the multiple defense. This playbook would recommend playing more conservative defense. But the problem with the top 100 players is they can are really good on offense. So one thing that I've done, I guess, is make sure I try and get pass pressure. Always, if I have to, I'll go to a bit. A lot of times, I will mix in blitzes to make sure I'm pressuring the quarterback, especially some of the quarterbacks who like to use playmaker. I know top 100 players like to use playmaker, so it's best to get to the quarterback, not let them have too much time. And again, uh, probably that's the main difference between me and a lot of players is I'll use or I've noticed I use protected, but I use comeback a lot on my quarterback because in order to keep the games close, I have to score a lot of points. It's just the way the game is. And by having comeback on my quarterback, it becomes easier to pass the ball and then score more points. especially from behind, which is what is a lot of times the case with top 100 players. Uh, Usually, my team, I think, usually I have a talented team. And that's important to have a really good team when you're going up against some of these top 100 players. But usually, unfortunately, the top 100 players usually have a better team, maybe just slightly. You know, if somebody has Xavier Worthy, uh, who's the other ones? The Travis Hunter or um, Harold Carmichael. Um, then they have a little bit fast, more speed, but not too much difference in teams. Usually my teams, and that would be my only other suggestion in playing top 100 players. If you really want to play top 100 players, you got to have a really good team uh, and the maybe a few different defenses to go to. I think when I watch MCS players, Henry, he has a lot of defenses. He designs a lot of defenses as well as offense, but he designs a lot of defenses and plays different defenses for different players. Seems to work good for me too to have a few different defenses to go to, keep the opponent confused a little bit on offense as far as what zone is being played, and then mixing up coverage and blitzes. Make sure the really do try to make sure that they don't have a lot of time to pass the ball. And a lot of these top 100 players, they'll just drop back 3 steps and they'll pass the ball. They're really good at reading the defense and having good plays. So, yeah, I ended up having to go to the ex Bush Nasty, get some confidence to score 50 points. And again, I guess offensive playbook's really important to get familiar with whatever playbook you're in because I don't spend time at the game like a lot of other players. Then I stay in one formation. Another reason why I stayed in this formation, one formation, is because I was using uh, Drake London as a receiver, and it's hard to switch formations when you got to edit the players. So I stayed in one formation. I continued to use Drake London, and he's one of the faster receivers in the NFL. So hopefully this is interesting. Any questions, concerns, comments would be good, and hopefully the gameplay is entertaining and are maybe a little bit helpful. Have a happy holidays, and hopefully if you watch the gameplay, you enjoy the gameplay.